Oscar Mike Radio is a proud podcast partner of Reach Across America Radio, heard every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern. They're also big supporters of the nonprofit I Got Your Six, Two Lives at Once. And with every wreath you sponsor through Oscar Mike Radio, $5 goes back to this great organization dedicated to making a difference in the lives of veterans, law enforcement, firefighters, and first responders battling PTSD. Two Lives at Once pairs these brave men and women together with dogs rescued from kill shelters. In this way, two lives are saved at the same time by saving each other. Donate now. Go to reachacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio to help. That's reachacrossamerica.org/Oscar Mike Radio.
I know you're crazy, but I only wanna be with you. You think I'm shady cause I'm out here trying to make some moves, but it ain't like that. Just know that I'll be right back. I'll give you all my time just to let you know you're mine. It ain't nothing. Promise I'ma do it all to give you something. This love I got is only for you. You're my comfort, my future husband. I'ma give you all my heart, yeah, all of it, yeah. Baby, I know that I gotta come fix it. You the only nigga that I be missing. Swear I'm coming home to give you the business. Turn off my phone, it can leave me a message. I'ma just cover your body with kisses, kisses. Rub your body down, you know that I miss it, miss it.
Maybach music.
Can anybody out there hear me? Hear me? 'Cause I just wanna
Get ready! Woo! We are on tour, and we're doing it better than anybody else alive. Now, Buddy Landell, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilled liquor.
Yeah, every bar's holy, straight divinity. Great stability with ancient wizardry. God goes writing on the page after I prayed, he visits me. My frame is spiritually plateauing when angels lifted me.
What up, though? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Lito. Welcome to Turnbuckles and Spilt Liquor Podcast. I'm your host, or one of your hosts. I got my co-host with me, my guy Sinista1 Productions, who runs the booth that comes on every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you missed it, right before we got on here, he went crazy. He was very passionate about something. I don't know if he wants to discuss it.
Nah,
I don't know
bro.
if he wants to wave anything over it.
Anybody who wants to see it, go check out the booth. The podcast will be up on Spotify within the next 3 hours. It's on Facebook right now. It's on YouTube right now. Go check out the booth. It's a rant about this hurricane and playing live and playing dumbass narratives with people's lives.
No doubt, man.
Common sense in this world. It's like everybody doesn't have no more common sense in this world. Like they want to see stuff and they believe it.
I agree 100%, bro.
So
100%.
The only thing I want to say on here before we get into this is just prayers up.
Yes, sir.
Quarterback Drake May. They announced him as the starter for the Patriots this weekend. And the no-time O-line, as you know, I've been complaining about for 2 years, bro.
Well, it's not worse than mine. I think they competing to see who's the shittiest. I don't know.
And like we said before we came in the breaking news, Robert Saleh fired from the Jets. Well, he wasn't fired. Aaron Rodgers got him fired.
Yeah, which I don't understand that at all, but whatever. Aaron Rodgers got one season. Anyway,
Let's get into this.
we're gonna go ahead and talk about, I know everybody's used to the happy hour with Lito. Lito, what's going on? You took the happy hour with Lito and you now are doing this. Well, so happy hour with Lito experienced a bunch of different seasons, you know what I'm saying? The first season was basically me wanting to do something during the pandemic where I can interact with people. Like I said before, I met a bunch of friends, a bunch of people that's cool. Ari Spears is my homeboy. Every time he's in Ohio, I get free tickets to, anything that he does. He also calls me and talks shit to me because he wants to play NBA 2K. And I also want to say when I whip his ass, he rage quits and gets off the game. But that's neither here nor there. He also called me one day, and my wife was standing there. He said, "Mrs. Jefferies, do you mind if I kick Kevin's ass real quick?" I said, "Oh." She said, I don't care if y'all play the game. Go ahead and play. So because he was talking crazy, I went there and I whipped his ass in 2K. He rage quit. This is a true story, by the way. I also did a podcast called the Triangle Offense Podcast, which was through Happy Hour with Lito. There's a bunch of episodes. It's like 10 to 12 episodes of that with some brothers that I made. My man Imani. Imani Music is now on the Joe Budden podcast. That's my dog. That's my brother. If I call him, he answer. And if he don't answer, he call back like within a few days. My other dude that's really like my brother too is Anthony Harrell. That's my dog. If I call him right now, if I FaceTime, he gonna be like, "What's up, kid? What's up, Lito?" These are my guys. You know what I'm saying? So just people I made relationships with when the pandemic hit, and we just, we've been cool ever since. So let's talk about the love of this, though, the love of wrestling. I've loved wrestling since I was a child. First match I think I saw was Hogan and Andre the Giant. Fell in love with wrestling after that. Watched it damn near every weekend after that. WCW, NWA, everything was great. You know what I'm saying? So I fell off of wrestling after the Attitude Era for a minute because I felt like the Attitude Era, like you can't get beyond that. At least that's what I thought. You can't go beyond the Attitude Era. That's not necessarily true anymore. They're pushing boundaries right now in wrestling to the point where I feel like I'm a little spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I feel like I want things to be like, I'm like, damn, like these storylines, like what they're doing with the bloodline right now, their storyline is so crazy to me. Like everything looks cinematic. When they did that Cody and Roman face off inside that stadium in Georgia, that shit, like that was some movie shit. You know what I'm saying? Never before seen in wrestling. So wrestling is going to new heights, man. And in 2025, we got something coming. WWE Raw is going to Netflix, which is going to be nuts. You know what I'm saying? So why not tie in? I'm still a music guy. I love music. I love hip hop. So does Sinista1. Why not tie in hip hop? Talk hip hop, but also a lot of rappers love wrestling. That's a fact. That's a known fact. So we're gonna talk wrestling too with everybody that we talk to. Every guest that we have, it's gonna be crazy some weeks because I got about 3 or 4 people that want to come on here tonight. But I said, bro, it's our first show.
I got flyers at the end of the
get
show. Yeah, I got flyers. Yeah, I got event flyers already coming at me for events. And I'm like, man, I'm going to have to reformat this logo stuff we got going on here. And I'm going to have it rotate through here and have it rotate down the bottom. So, yeah,
for
we
sure.
got a lot of stuff coming, man.
But before we talk about Bad Blood, that was just this past Saturday, how'd you fall in love with wrestling, bro?
So for me, for wrestling, and I'm going way back. I'm going to show my age. I used to watch wrestling and remember, I grew up in Boston, so Boston was kind of the home of some of these earlier promotions. But my love for wrestling began. I was a big fan of Bruno Sammartino, and I used to watch wrestling as a kid. And that first emotional moment, and people know what I'm talking about, is that time when you really get mad or upset or sad. Bruno Sammartino was bringing out this protege, raising this guy. At that time, his name was Larry Zbyszko.
Oh, Larry's okay. I know Larry Zbyszko.
It was a TV match. It had been building, and both of these guys are faces. And Bruno said, "You know what, Larry? Let's do this match. I'm gonna give you this match." And him and Bruno Sammartino said, "Okay, we're gonna do this match on a Saturday afternoon." And I remember everybody tuning in. It was Bruno Sammartino, Larry Zbyszko, Ivan Putski, all these people. Some old school people, and it was one of these. You know how they used to call it, the scientific match. Both guys are faces.
Yeah. And
Bruno just kept countering and just started making Zbyszko look like shit. And Larry, and this is why Larry became the person that he became, because Larry's a bit of steel chair and beat the ever-living crap out of Bruno Sammartino on TV, bloodied him up. And I remember, I think it was Gorilla Monsoon at that time, I think, was calling that match. And it was just craziness.
Yeah.
At the fact that this face turned heel like this to this guy who would, he was loved, and from that point on, I realized, oh my God, I love this. I love wrestling, to the point where I actually grew up watching wrestling. My kayfabe moment when I realized that wrestling wasn't, was entertainment.
Yeah.
I was watching The Foreign Legion with Abbott and Costello, and in this film is George the Animal Steel. And he can talk. He's all this stuff, no greed tongue. And I looked at my dad, and I'm like, "Hey," I said to my dad, "Ain't that it was like being told there's no Christmas, Santa Claus." So I loved wrestling. My dad worked for the MBTA when we was younger, and the MBTA employees used to always get tickets to wrestling. So my dad took us to a ton of wrestling events growing up. So we got to see everybody. We actually went backstage one time, and Andre the Giant was there. And my dad's a big dude. My dad bench presses. My dad was lifting weights. My dad, in my eyes, was one of the biggest dudes I ever saw. And we met Andre the Giant backstage, and he shook my dad's hand, and his whole hand covered this was the biggest man I ever seen.
Wow.
And I used to cover wrestling. When I used to write articles and stuff, I covered a lot of ECW early on. So I was very involved with ECW when they came to Waltham. I got to see a lot of events. I saw Sabu one night miss a spot and hit a chair in his chin. And the chair leg went and impaled his chin. And Sabu kept the match going while they called the ambulance, and he finished the match.
Wow. Sabu was always a bad...
Yeah,
bro, that dude, man.
And
he
then
put his life on the line every match.
I was able to see some great matches in person. I was able to see Superfly Snuka come off the top of the cage against Don Morocco. That was a crazy match in Boston. Boston Garden used to be the mecca of wrestling matches. When I was covering ECW, we got to talk to a lot of guys behind the scenes, and the Dudley Boys and them tipped us off that they was leaving. They was going to WWE. At that time it was WWF, and it was the first night that they were taping SmackDown, because SmackDown, remember, they used to tape it on one night and it would show it on another night. And that night we were told, go to SmackDown, make sure you go to SmackDown. And that was the appearance of Rock and Sock. And we was all ecstatic about Rock and Sock. Yeah. And here we are at the taping of SmackDown. They give you them dark. You know how they give you them dark matches to get everybody riled up. And here we are, Boston Garden. Everybody's just waiting for Rock and Sock. But there was some people with the ECW. And guess who the first dark match of the night was? Dudley Boys.
That's crazy,
bro. And I was like, yo, they made it. Because here they were 2 Fridays ago at a Union Hall in the you know what I'm saying, in Waltham.
Yeah.
And now here they were in a dark match for SmackDown, and I was like, they're gonna be on TV because the crowd was shit. Went crazy. So yeah, I've loved wrestling for a long time. I love it as entertainment, but I'm very excited. And like you pointed out, this Netflix thing, they've been teasing this since The Rock came back. And me and you talked about this. We talked about when The Rock shot that promo in front of the trucks with Cena and them, and he was swearing. And we were like, yo, they didn't bleep that for a reason. They're testing the waters. They want to see how people kind of respond to this. And you're right. The way that they cut this promo with Cody and Roman, the cinematic thing, was great. And then I don't know if you caught this, but the way they're starting to do their camera work now, when the bloodline came out and they was in the back in the dark first, and they was talking, and they followed them. It was like a movie. It was like a movie, and they had that whole around them instead of just them coming out. I was like, yo, you don't understand. This is adding to the entertainment value. This is you're bringing a cinematic feel to live wrestling, and I think with what they're doing and what's coming with Netflix. Triple H said it best. Yeah, they're 2 hours on Raw, and he said right now they're assessing what it's going to be on Netflix for Raw, because he says sometimes having less, you can give people more. And I'll tell you right now, I think last night's Raw, and we can get into this later, but last night's Raw was bad. Was bad as hell. Bad as hell last night for 2 hours. So, yeah,
I agree.
That's my thing. That's my thing. But, yeah, let's get into this, man.
I agree.
I love my wrestling.
Let's get into Bad Blood. Bad Blood took place in Atlanta, Georgia. To start the night off, Hell in a Cell, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
I gotta ask you about that because we talked about this.
Yeah,
it was really only, I want to say maybe 6 pay-per-views where it was actually the first pay-per-view after Triple H took over. And what did we see? And me and you talked about this. Was they started getting rid of the slow matches to open pay-per-views. When Triple H took over, the first thing we saw was we had a women's match. Was for
WrestleMania.
And you and I said, "Yo, you getting this match out the gate?"
Mm-hmm.
And what we found out and we discussed is by having a match like this out the gate, it sets the tone for the night.
Yep.
And to start the night off with the Hell in the Cell.
That Hell in the Cell match was so crazy. It was a bunch of things that I know was accidental. One in particular, when Drew went and landed on his back on the steps.
Yeah, I know he felt that.
Oh my goodness!
I know he felt that. I was cringing. I was like, "Oh my Lord!" I said,
he landed on his lower back, and I was just like, "Yo, like this." I was like, "This is fire." Number one, but I was like, because remember we watched AEW about a month ago, and they had that match, but it was at the end of the night. And it was way more graphic, crazier, syringe needles and all that. But they didn't need all that last night, or on Saturday. They didn't need all of that. They knew how to, like they had they had their tools and stuff like that. But they didn't have to pull a brick out and try to they used an actual brick. Swerve Strickland did an interview that said they used an actual brick. He was on The Breakfast Club. Yep. They used a real brick when he did that. Like, you guys are really trying, something could have happened. Mm-hmm. I mean, he got power bombed on it. I mean, so I knew, so CM Punk and Drew McIntyre had a great match. I gave the match an A for sure. what you give that match?
So for me, every Hell in a Cell for me is always going to be at the most a B, because I feel like if I give someone an A, I'm disrespecting Mankind
Undertaker and Mankind.
Because
I didn't compare it though.
No one.
That's
could
the ultimate.
Yeah, you can't look. We can
That's
spend
the
the whole
ultimate.
hour. We can spend the whole hour on that Hell in a Cell, bro.
That Undertaker
For
and Mankind Hell in a Cell is the ultimate Hell in a Cell of all time.
For real. Oh, so for me,
For
it was
a man
B.
to get for a man to get thrown off the top and his tooth be in his nose when he wakes up, like when he looks up, that's a whole different. His tooth was here. Yo, how did that happen? It didn't go through the lip. It came out the mouth and landed here. I don't know how that happens. You tell me. But
look, so for me, this match was a B. I was unsure at how Drew McIntyre was going to do. I seen CM Punk in the cage before. I seen CM Punk do these type of matches before. So I knew CM Punk was going to bring it. My concern was Drew McIntyre going to bring it, because I never really seen him in this environment. And to let you know, Drew McIntyre held it down. Drew McIntyre deserves whatever money they re-signed him for. Yeah.
That's his
And
first
whatever
Hell in a
they
Cell
re-signed
match.
him for,
he deserved all of that.
he deserves all of that. And it was a great match, great outcome. They're releasing a music video of that match, I believe Wednesday night on YouTube, so that people want to make sure they check that out. But yeah, it was a hell of a match. I give it a B. Is it in my top 10 or top 5? I'm gonna say it's in my top 10. I don't think it makes my top 5.
Yeah, no way. Not top 5, but top 10 for sure.
Yeah, I think it's in my top 10 for Hell in a Cells. And when are we going to get another female? Because the females, you know what I'm saying? The females putting in work, man.
They are.
Females they've been putting in work. We need a good female Hell in a Cell.
We do need a good female Hell in a Cell. Well, let's talk about this next match. Kind of let me down.
Y'all can see it behind me, so what we going to be talking about. So
Nia Jax versus Bayley.
Now, before we get into this, I got to say something. Bayley pisses me off, because some nights Bayley
I love Bayley.
Yo, look, some nights Bayley comes to the ring and she looks hot as hell. Then some nights she comes to the ring and I'm like, what the heck? What's going on with Bayley tonight? It's like whatever she wears is what makes her look. When she came out that time with the pants with the sides miss, I was like, damn, okay, Bayley, the booty's showing. But then one time she came up with some shit on and I was like, what the hell? But she can wrestle, and I thought it was gonna go down in this. I really thought the Money in the Bank was about to happen on this match.
Well, it almost did. But I just didn't understand. Like, it's almost like they were off a little bit. Like, their chemistry just wasn't good. That Hurricane Rana, whatever the fuck, I don't know what it was. It was supposed to be a Hurricane Rana, and it turned into some. I don't know what the hell that was.
But Nia Jax is so big.
I know, I understand, but don't even try that. If you can't, you know what I mean? Like, because if you can't do it, I know y'all done went through this. Like, y'all have went through, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just let her powerbomb you. Don't try to Hurricane Rana, because the way she did it, she locked her legs around her and like tried to like brace herself.
Hold on. We got someone in the chat, Felicia. Please, Felicia, I need you to clarify. Felicia's in the chat and she says Shawn Michaels and Undertaker's first Hell in a Cell outmatches that. Are you talking in outmatches Undertaker and Mankind? I'm sorry.
I hope you're not talking about that.
I know, because Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, that's probably my number 2 and number 3, but it definitely ain't better than Undertaker. No,
Undertaker and Mankind's the best Hell in a Cell you ever. If you turned it on right now, everybody would be quiet. It'd be quiet and watch it. It's on YouTube, matter of fact. If you turned Undertaker versus Mankind Hell in a Cell on right now, you can get some popcorn. You can make you a little something to eat. You're gonna watch it and you're gonna be entertained. You're not gonna be upset at all. Like, I don't even know what else to say. That is the ultimate Hell in a Cell, in my opinion.
Oh, she said Punk and Mac. She clarified. Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Okay, we agree with you. We agree with you on that.
Yeah,
we
I
let you
agree.
slide.
Yeah, I agree. But Nia Jax and Bailey wasn't much meat on the bone on this one. Like I said, Bailey's one of my favorite, probably my favorite female wrestler. Outside of, well, no, she is. I love Charlotte too. So it's kind of like, as far as technical wrestling, I love Bailey. I love Charlotte.
I have a new one.
But yeah, what's
mine's
that?
Mine's is EO. That's my new.
Io Sky. She's a high flyer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like EO too. But when did you like it when she was a champion though? I don't.
No, I don't think they utilized her. And the Lucha Libre division is coming back with hardcore in I think with Netflix. I don't think we're gonna see the Lucha guys that just signed until Netflix. I think they're gonna hold off.
Do you remember? Not to cut you off.
Yep.
WCW had the best Lucha Libre matches
of all time. And I think that's why WWE is headed this route, because they know that, that was when you tuned into Monday Nitro and you got your Lucha Libre matches, yo.
They brought it every Monday.
Every
La Parka,
Rey Mysterio,
Guerrero, Rey Mysterio, Chavo. I mean, all of them guys. And it was like tag team matches. It was just pandemonium.
Yeah.
The best Lucha Libre matches of all time. Like, Rey Mysterio was a lot, in my opinion, when he came to WWE, kind of watered down what he did. In WCW, he didn't care. He jumped off of everything. But the guys, they had a cruiserweight division. Like, they don't have, like, the cruiserweight division right now is not the same as it was. So,
right.
That's different too. But my overall grade for that women's championship, a C. I give it a C minus.
Yeah, if I had to, and usually for every pay-per-view, the women's matches have outshined all the men. I think this was the first pay-per-view in a long time that the women's match was kind of lackluster.
Yeah,
was kind of and to be honest, I'm not a fan of Nia Jax being champion, even now with the fact that it's possibly going to be her against Liv at Crown Jewel. I'm just like, I mean, as a wrestler, I seem to worry. I feel like it's like watching a NASCAR Talladega race. When's the big one going to happen when you watch Nia Jax? Because she's always had this thing about injuring people and missing spots. And like you talked about the Hurricanrana and things like that.
Yeah.
I think we're all focused more on is when Nia Jax gonna mess up and somebody's gonna get hurt or whatever. So
she's only holding
tough.
the belt till Charlotte gets back.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yep. And that's what Felicia just said. Charlotte is due back.
Yeah.
So let's see. Yep.
When Charlotte comes back. Next is Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. I ain't really got much to say about this match.
For me, I like the match, but here's the thing: you can't keep playing numbers game.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have Rhea Ripley, and he pulls out the match and he wins. I get it. I get what they're trying to do here.
Yeah.
But I feel like you can't play the numbers game and then in the biggest match. So are they done with this? I don't think they're done with this. I think this is going to lead to something else, especially now with Rodriguez in the clique. So we'll see.
And then right after that, Triple H comes out and they start to promote Crown Jewel, right? So we're like, okay, Crown Jewel, that's a big money maker for them. They love Crown Jewel. They love Saudi Arabia. He has something underneath this cloth. He reveals the biggest belt I probably have ever seen in WWE history.
I wonder what oil prince paid for that.
The Crown Jewel belt is only gonna be defended one time a year. That belt is huge. And it's only all it looks like he's setting the standard for it to be whoever the undisputed champion is versus whoever the world heavyweight champion is. Every year they're going to fight for the crown jewel belt. So that's dope. I enjoyed that. And then Gunther comes out.
Be careful.
Listen, man.
Be careful.
I'm not listen. I love his like technical wrestling. Okay. I don't like Gunther though. I do not. Let me say this. I do not like Gunther. Don't. They should have just kept him as the Intercontinental champion. I don't like him as a world heavyweight.
I thought they were going to make him face. I thought that was coming. It didn't happen. I thought Imperium was going to turn on him and make him face. It hasn't happened yet. They're keeping him a heel. I like Gunther. He has proven time and time again why he deserves the work.
But this
Monday night, Sami Zayn and him went at it, and you know what? I'm bored. I'm tired of Sami Zayn, to be honest.
I'm tired of seeing them fight.
Yeah,
I couldn't get into that match last night.
I think, and I saw you say that he doesn't put butts in the seats, but I think when you take this overseas for Crown Jewel, he does put those asses in the seat. I think this match sells very well at Crown Jewel, and that's gonna be crazy. Him and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, but like this new finishing move that he does where everybody's going to sleep. I hate that shit. I can't stand it, bro. Cause not like, to me, is his sleeper hold more potent than Brutus the Barber beefcakes?
But no. But that's what I like. It's bringing that old school back. This is one of the things we talked about that's coming back for Netflix. We may start seeing some of these submissions coming back that used to be a crowd pleaser. I remember when the sleeper was a crowd pleaser, and then I remember when the sleeper became boring, to the crowd, So I like seeing these submissions come back. I'd like to see a ton of other ones come back,
And then did you see the way Sami Zayn did that? So he woke up like he was Hogan for a moment.
When he kicked out one count?
Yeah. He kicked out the one count, woke up like he was Hogan. Gunther puts the sleeper hold on him. And all of a sudden, like, he's like, and then he goes down. I'm like, oh, that's, I was like, yo, I'm so mad at this right now. I was not happy about that, bro. I did not enjoy it. Neither did my tribal chief. My tribal chief didn't enjoy it either. He said that was trash, and Sammy definitely wasn't very oozy. So
I was actually hoping, because Bad Blood, for those who didn't see Bad Blood, which took place in Atlanta, WWE did a real good job of rolling out all of those Atlanta Southern-based wrestlers. We got to see Tully Blanchard. We got to see Arn Anderson. We saw Diamond Dallas Page. Yeah, we saw Goldberg almost go at it with Gunther.
Yeah, I was going to go there. Gunther called out Goldberg, and then Goldberg's like, he said he wants to wrestle for one more match.
Man,
I don't know if it's going to be WrestleMania. I don't know if it's going to be Survivor Series. But he wants to wrestle one more match, and if they put him against Gunther, we know Gunther's going to win, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So like don't put him against Gunther. Like, I don't know what y'all gonna do, like how they're gonna do that, but put him against somebody. I was still mad about Gunther beating Randy Orton, because I feel like that match when they fought, like, Randy Orton, he put Gunther over. He
did, and that's what Randy Orton's job is. When Randy Orton came back, I called it. I said, when Randy Orton came back, he's a gatekeeper. He's here to just put people over, and he's gonna make his money putting people over. He can still put asses in the seat, but at the end of the day, he's here to just put talent over. And then if somebody gets hurt or whatever, he might have to hold that belt or whatever for that whatever reason. But right now, strictly here to just put people over, in my opinion.
Next match, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship with Dominic Mysterio, old Dom in a shark cage, lifted above the ring. I'm kind of. What? Go ahead.
I
Because
love this. I don't care any as long as I can watch Rhea Ripley. That's all that matters, bruh.
listen,
I don't.
they're ODing this. I think. I mean, Rhea can't. So Rhea, she can't beat Liv with Dom at ringside. She can't beat Liv with Dom raised above the ring. Apparently,
Because she
I mean,
can't concentrate on the match at hand. And that's what's so dumb about this. It's like, how do you make her one of the most dominant wrestlers before her injury, and then you make this woman just be so distracted by this issue that she's losing matches left and right, and then Rodriguez comes out and annihilates her.
right.
I'm just like, okay, so here we go. This is where we're headed with this. And, it's the storyline. I feel like it's been done. I feel like you said, it's just OD. It's overdone.
Yeah.
Can we just move on now? Can we just figure this out and get
Felicia
this
said
going?
it. Felicia said it was a setup for Rodriguez to return. It was.
It was, and it seems like that.
But
and,
it seemed like the ending, like they messed up the ending, though, right? Because
it seemed like something was messed up there. It was great to see Rodriguez return. One of the things that I feel is so weird about this whole thing is that, when we remove the kayfabe and we talk about personal stuff, I don't know how Dom just got married. Rhea just got married, and now they're playing this whole thing like Rhea and Jey Uso and all this stuff, and they're all on Snapchat and doing all this stuff. I'm saying to myself, this is why marriages don't last in the WWE, because these people just get happily married, and then you throw them in these situations where people are doing stuff that they may catch feelings. Sometimes I be looking at Liv Morgan and Dom and be like, yo.
Yeah, exactly.
What's his wife be saying? Because one night his wife might get mad and be like, yeah, I seen you with your hands on Liv,
Yeah, and Liv be kissing on him and
yeah, and Rhea's man Buddy there, that's a big dude, bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be Jey Uso. And she comes with his tattoo, his name on her face and stuff.
Yeah.
Lucky dude.
He does, but yeah, you're right. I wouldn't want to be Jay either. He gonna yeet his ass up out of there if he see Buddy coming.
And isn't Jay with Naomi? Isn't Jay with Naomi?
Jimmy is.
Oh, Jimmy's with Naomi.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's his wife.
Right,
yeah.
Okay, I thought Jay was.
Speaking of Jimmy, we gonna get.
Well, let's break down the match first. Let's break down.
Exactly. I wasn't even gonna bring him up yet. The match. In my opinion, this match was so fire. First of all, I did get a little upset at the beginning of the match. The match we're talking about, people, is Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes versus the New Bloodline, Solo and Jacob Fatu, right? Great match. A lot of things happened in this match. It was funny. Some of the funny things that happened in this match were, Solo was beating the hell out of Roman, like eating his head. It was crazy. And he was talking to him. You told me you weren't gonna come back. Wow.
You want to hear my conspiracy theory on this?
What's that?
Roman's getting beat up, so you can keep seeing his feet, and he's getting paid for them Nikes that he just got released from the
them
Jordans.
Yeah. You're right.
Hold
They're
on,
showing his shoes.
I can't be dominant no more. I gotta get my shoes in the shot.
Yeah.
Beat me up so I can get the shoes in the shot and get that check.
Yeah, nah, facts. Them Jordan shoes that they made for him are so fire. Goodness, I think he's the first wrestler to do that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Get a Jordan shoe contract. Felicia said she likes Jacob Fatu. I love Jacob Fatu. He's one of the most talented Samoan wrestlers I've ever.
And he wasn't even really that scary this match. He's done a lot more worse on other events. But
the thing I hate that they do with Jacob Fatu is when he come out like, I love you. My tribal chief. I hate that. It gets on my nerves because they don't talk like nobody reacts like that, bro. I love you, my tribal chief. I'm like, Jacob. So when he's no longer the tribal chief, are you still gonna do that?
I think
Like,
he's the guy that I think he's the guy. If you had to ask who was going to be the first to turn on Sokoa, it would be Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, same. I believe that too.
That whole over because every time he does do that, that's my feeling is like that's the guy you don't trust. That's the guy who's gonna, that's the guy who's gonna flip on you and cost you something. That Jake, he's doing too much.
I agree, and he's when if you remember something that's gonna come into play, I believe here real soon, the Timu bloodline. That's crazy. Something that's gonna
Felicia
come
in the
into
chat.
effect. Yeah, Felicia's crazy. Do you remember when Cody came out and he was talking to Jacob? I mean, he was talking to Solo in the ring, but he was saying the person that deserves a shot at the title was Jacob. Mm-hmm. You remember that? And Jacob was about to get in the ring.
Yeah.
And Solo stopped him like, no, I'm the tribal chief.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
deserve the title shot. That says a lot. I think that's going to come back into play somewhere along the line.
Just like that moment with Jey Uso. Remember when I pointed that out way back? It was way back when Jey Uso had that little thing. And he was like, and then the next thing was when he said, I don't care what the tribal chief says. And then I told everybody, here it comes. They're going to build on this. This is going to happen. So yeah. And Triple H said that during the press conference way back. He said, if you pay close attention to these events, the stories are being built. The storylines are already being built for you. So,
yep, I agree. So, fast forward to that match. I think it was a great match. Cody got beat up a lot. Roman got beat up a lot, and then next thing you know, the the other bloodline.
This was just a weekend of Cody getting his ass kicked, and we'll talk about that a little
Cody
bit.
Cody got I don't know what's going on. Like, so then all of a sudden, like they start winning a little bit, and then the other guys come out. The other bloodline guys come out. So now it's 4-on-2, right?
Yep.
So I was waiting because I was like, Jey Uso is upstairs watching this match in the party. I'm like, is he gonna come down and be the one to help Roman and Cody maybe? And I seen that hoodie.
Yeah.
And I seen the bandana across the face. And I knew exactly who it was right away. And plus we seen Naomi in the party. You know what I'm saying? So I just had a feeling like, yo, we're gonna either see The Rock tonight or we're gonna see Jimmy Uso tonight. And by God, it was Jimmy Uso came out with a "They Not the One" shirt. And my tribal chief was very happy when he seen his cousin. So,
What up, Doug in the chat? Doug Macedo in the chat.
Yeah, Doug. What's up, Doug? Yeah. So end of the match, Solo gets distracted. He sees his brother Jimmy. He's like, oh my goodness, like what is he doing here? Roman gets up, bang, spear, over with. Right? So we're like, Cody's in the ring, he's down. I mean, he looks like he's had a rough night. Like if you look at his face and everything, the way he looked like he needs some time off, right? So then Roman and Jimmy leave the match. They leave, they're walking down, they're talking, and then the bloodline starts to jump. Cody, he's getting his ass whooped again. And then Jimmy looks at Roman like, yo, we're gonna go help him, right? And Roman's like, yo, I told him I was gonna help him this one time, and that's to be his tag team partner. He said, well, I'm waiting on you. I'm gonna do what you say. If you want to go help him, let's go help him. They ran up there to help him. And Roman sees the undisputed championship on the mat. He picks it up and he's looking at it. Cody looks at him, and I'm like, okay, they setting up for this match to come again. It's gonna come soon. He hands him the belt. As soon as he hands him the belt, what happens? If you smell what The Rock is cooking, I lost my mind. My wife was like, yo, like, are you okay? I said, it's The Rock. I said, bang The Rock. And she loves The Rock, by the way. She loves The Rock. That's like her crush. She loves The Rock.
Yeah, you know, when that music comes on, that's when most wives or girlfriend run into the living room when you watch. Most wives don't like watching wrestling, but when they hear that, if you smell, they come running in and sit right beside you. Come running in and sit right beside. Oh, The Rock's coming out? Okay.
He came out
with that People's Champion belt, too.
Yeah, with that People's Championship belt. Stood right there in the middle. His entrance is one. This entrance of the final boss is like my favorite of his.
Really?
Yeah, because when he comes out and then all the electricity,
lightning. Oh yeah.
And then it's dark. All you see is the electricity, and then when the final bolt comes down, that light hits him from the top. It's fire. You don't like it?
I like it. I mean, I get where they're headed, and it was great, but I read into it. It was easy to read into what he was saying. So,
well, okay. So, I might be thinking different. What were you thinking when he did he counted down?
He put the ones up.
Yeah.
And then he counted down to 3, and then he did the throat slice. So, as everybody knows, next month the big pay-per-view in November is War Games.
Survivor Series.
4 on 4. And when you look at it, the Bloodline already has their 4. They've got their 4. So you all can play this guessing game, and they're probably going to play this thing as if The Rock's going to join. The Rock is in. It's going to be The Rock, and it's going to be Roman, and it's going to be Jay, and then they need that 4th Bloodline, and it's probably going to be Jimmy and Jay as those, and it's good. That's going to be it.
Or
because Cody, because it can't be Cody after what
happened. It can't be Cody. No way. That's never happened. I think it's gonna be Rock, Jimmy, Roman, and I think they're gonna introduce because they signed Roman's little brother.
They did sign Roman's little brother. They did.
And he has not made an appearance yet.
Nope.
So if I think they're gonna still keep Jay on the outside of this and keep the belt and all of that but it would make sense for him to join, and it'd be them if Jimmy go to Jay and say, just come for this one last.
Yeah,
it's
got to be a family. It's got to be a family thing because that this whole Civil War bloodline thing doesn't make sense if you have a Sami Zayn or Cody Rhodes or somebody. Yeah. That's why I think this is why we saw this whole attack from Kevin Owens and Cody, because now that takes them completely. Kevin Owens brutally attacking Cody Rhodes after Bad Blood. That takes them both completely out of this whole bloodline storyline. So we can have a true bloodline War Games come November.
Correct.
And that's where I think we're headed.
Felicia, good. Zilla. He could also be put into this. Wasn't
he signed? Wasn't he signed? Wasn't he also signed?
Yes. He's there. He was there at Bad Blood. I thought he was going to be the one that was going to come in and help Roman and them. So you don't know who we're going to this next month. We don't know who's going to be thrown in as the 4th member. You know what I'm saying? I was a little skeptical of The Rock. I didn't know if The Rock was going be a part of the new bloodline or the old, because I feel like he wants to screw Roman somehow, some way. They're going to fight at WrestleMania on one of those nights, and then the other night I believe it's going to be Roman and Cody again, and Roman's going to get the belt back. But anyway,
I don't think so. I think Rock said it. The belt that meant the most to him was that People's Champion belt. And yes, the final boss is a heel character, but I think at the end of the day, The Rock likes being face, and I think it sells better for him being face. Even though some people disagree and tell me, nope, he's better as a heel. I think if he had to take that balance. It's close. It's close. And like I said, he wears that People's Champion, and it's going to get interesting to see who this fourth member is going to be.
It definitely is. Real quick, I don't really have much to say about Monday Night Raw. It sucked.
We got like 10 minutes left. Well, hold on. I got something to say because I was pissed off about Bad Blood.
Yeah, go ahead.
Look, you would think I felt like having the women's tag team champions in Atlanta, one of them from Atlanta, being just the hosts of Bad Blood was a slap in the face to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. They should have had a match on that card in Atlanta.
You think so? With who though?
I don't know. They should have did something. I feel like giving them hosting duties was just a cheap ass cop out. I wasn't happy with that. It pissed me off. But I get it. They got something better coming for them. Jade Cargill, to me, I feel like right now she's a little overrated. She needs a lot more work in the ring. Bianca is carrying the hell out of her. They've got this big match coming up, with Io Sky. And I think, I don't know where that's even headed, because Jade Cargill is just so one-dimensional. She's just one-dimensional. I hate when they get somebody and they give them too much too fast. They did the same thing with RKO. When he came in on his name. He came in on his dad's name, and they gave him everything. Big Show, and Big Show admits it. When Big Show came, they gave him the world. And, he ended up having to be humble because they gave him too much too fast. So I hope this isn't the case that happens with Jade Cargill, but she needs
Jade
some
should
more.
never be a face. She should be a heel.
It's coming. I feel like, so when I watch Jade Cargill and Bianca interact, and I've seen it in the press conferences, there's some tension there. It's coming. It's coming. And Jade Cargill, when she was with AEW, the heel shit was working.
Yeah.
And I think it's coming. Because she's got the crowd support. She's just so one-dimensional in the ring right now, though.
I agree. Yeah. Most definitely. But like I said,
Jade should never be face.
Yeah, that's what she said. I said I agree. Yeah, she should never be face. She should be heel, and that's what I didn't know. I thought they were going to have her going against Rhea, like feuding with Rhea, but
she ain't ready. She ain't ready for Rhea yet.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? Before we get into talking to busting down Raw, the next time y'all watch Jade Cargill in the ring, look at the white men in the stands. That there's some men that watch Jade Cargill and they fall in love with black women. You can see the white guy that's fallen in love with a black woman for the first time when you ever see right? You can pick out at least one or two white dudes that have, just been, and then they see Jade Cargill for the first time when she takes that robe and the six pack, and you can see it. My man Levi on Drafting the Circuits, he said he put his hand up when I talked about it. He's like, I'm one of them. Yeah,
Levi said that?
He admitted it. He's like, I'm one of them.
Levi is crazy. Man.
It's like that dude. It's like that scene in Harlem Nights when the white dude has the black prostitute.
Oh yeah.
And she puts it on him. And
Sunshine,
bro. Yeah, Sunshine. Dude gets done, and what's he do? He picks up the phone.
Called his wife, told him he's never coming home. So I'm never coming home again. I was like, dang, that dude crazy.
She put it on him. Yeah. So the next time everybody watching the show, if you watch, next time Jade Cargill comes in the ring, look for that random white dude in this. You'll see him. There's gonna be one or two. You'll pick them out.
It's ridiculous. Real quick, tell me about Raw, what you enjoyed, because I didn't enjoy it at all.
So for
I didn't
us,
enjoy the
like
whole
I said,
this
Raw
Braun Breaker thing. I don't.
Raw is always this follow up to the pay-per-views, but I feel like I said, this Netflix thing is coming, and there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen with Netflix. I don't know about you, but I feel like Raw right now is in this holding pattern, so to say.
Yeah.
I feel like they're in a holding pattern. You know, they drop back to 2 hours until the end of the year. And I feel like they don't want to show everything that they're going to give us for Netflix. So I feel like they're just being complacent right now. I feel like they're giving us a lot of gimmick matches on to be honest, they're giving us a lot of gimmick matches on Raw and SmackDown, and I think they're just trying to make it to the end of the year before they change all these networks. And NXT has already made the jump to CW. But I feel like they're dangling. I think they're just teasing us with, you know, and they've been some great matches, but I feel like they're holding back because they don't want to give up what's coming from Netflix.
The pay-per-views going forward until the end of the year are going to be the ones that you really want to watch.
That's right.
The Raw and SmackDown, it's going to, I mean, the lead up, the best parts are going to be when
the SmackDowns before a pay-per-view, you're going to tune in. And then the Raw, the Raw's following seem to be always, it is what it is. But right now, that's what I feel. I feel like Raw is just in a holding pattern. Just in the holding pattern right now. So,
no doubt, man. Well, listen, for our first show, this was super dope. This was great. Thank you to everyone in the chat. This is dope. This is awesome. Everyone that came.
There's still questions in the chat. Felicia said, wasn't she a model? Yes, Jade Cargill she was like a fitness model. She was on fitness and she was on IG, and actually I think it was Bianca.
Oh, Natalia's back.
Yes. But I think it's Bianca that reached out to her and said, hey, you know, you should be a wrestler. So, Natalia's back. But it's interesting because I want to see where they're really headed with some of these people. And then there's some things they got going. They're heavy. They're real heavy with talent right now. We're coming into Netflix. The key here is that the funny thing is when we get to Netflix, we're going to see the creativity. I want to see how, because they already said it's going to be uncensored.
Yeah.
I think with wrestlers and creativity, who do you think is going to shine best? Maybe we should just save that for a show at the end of the year before.
Yeah.
Because some people people that can't shine on commercial TV, when they get to Netflix, we're going to see some people that might.
We'll see a totally different person. Yeah. Because the character is going to be intensified that much more because now there's no strings attached. You can do whatever. So
we'll save that for a show. I think
we'll save that.
We'll save that.
But yeah, thank y'all for everyone else that's in the chat. Don, Doug, and Felicia. We appreciate that. Good first show. I look forward to tuning in for sure. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Sandra Lynn.
We had a lot of people pop in and pop out tonight, so that was super dope. Until next week.
Actually,
hold
on.
We got next week. Yeah,
we got a couple of event flyers. Let me bring these event flyers coming up. They're already hitting me up. Here's some event flyers coming up Friday, October 25th. Dedham Wrestling, the Jacob Jones VFW Post. They've got their event coming up. SuperShowTickets.com, the Monster Bash. That takes place right here in Brockton at the VFW. Ryan Drew's promotion. And then out there in Dayton, Ohio, you guys got some good wrestlers out there on this card. The Bad Trip, first time ever. So we got some good stuff. I got to thank everybody.
I'm going to hit them up too, man.
Yeah, man. They got some good stuff coming on here. And I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go for that, man. Shoot. So it looks like you got some good promotions. Actually, I saw another promotion out by you. They've got, what's his name? Elias is on their promotion.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So reach out
to that. I might have to check it out.
Yeah, out of Dayton, Ohio. So it looks like whoever this promotion is, PW whatever, looks like they got Dayton, Ohio locked down. I'm surprised.
PW Super Show. PW Super Show is what they're called, yeah.
Yeah, Revolver is the site, though. PW Revolver is the site, I believe. So, link up with them. And like I said, people, thank you for tuning in. We're about to bring some shit.
Yeah. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And my tribal chief said, we are the ones. Take us out, Sinister.
All right, here we go. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Peace.
Peace out.
In me in vantage point, so I can't abandon joints. Gotta grab the coins, pay me wickedly. Superman of Thor, who am I? Haters mimic me, and they fans cheer him on with their capabilities. Wow, double entendre, crazy lyrically. Had to read a page in Timothy to take it seriously. Cause I ain't scared, I ain't got no fear, baby, get with me. Open doors for the people, you could say it's chivalry. I drop bombs, it'll be a day in infamy. Mainly cause all my ops feeling painful instantly. Stay for sympathy, not me. Creating imagery that everybody you like. I made a simile. Facts.